Okay, so I'm going to zoom in on the map. I'm going to bring it up on the stream of Outland.
Yeah.
I can't see it because I can't actually reveal it, but I can see like the sketch of it. So Zangermarsh here.
Find a map.
Yeah. Well, you can't see the detail of it, but you can see like Outland here. Is that why it's all fucked up and mostly destroyed?
No. Outland's destroyed in the end of the Second War.
Okay. All right, I'm going to read a quest.
So I actually hope you brought up Driven Blood of the Cluster.
Don't forget to set your hearth. I've been sent to investigate the presence of more burning blade agents here in Duratar. To the northeast, you'll find a cave where the organization trains their new recruits. I'm interested in what exactly they are teaching these neophytes. I only tell you this because you seem to be looking for work. If you're interested in a little coin, sack the cave and return their spell scrolls. The cave is somewhat hidden. Exit Razor Hill from the east and follow the canyon's eastern ridge. Victory! Victory! Got one more up here.
What do you need?
That troll wants us to send help? Bah! He can forget it. I've got my own human problems to worry about, and even those are the least of my worries right now. Senjin Village is right next to the Echo Isles and the Valley of Trials. Old Gadrin should find plenty of young blood to help him with his human infestation. Tiragard Keep lies to the southeast of here in Duratar's eastern shore. You probably pass it on your trip from Senjin Village. This castle has been a thorn in my side for too long. Humans from Kol Tiras live in the castle for years, thwarting my every attempt to crush them. When the cataclysm hit us, the shore was wiped out, along with the castle and all the humans. However, these upstarts from Northwatch have moved in to take their place. He roared in aggravation. More quests to read. So there were like Kol Tiras dudes there, and they just all died in the cataclysm. That was the end of that. That seems.
In Durmore?
No, and Tiragard Keep.
Oh, yeah.
What are you looking
They
for?
don't die.
Strength.
Well, he just said they were all wiped
they?
out. And
Really?
they're all. Yeah. In his quest reading, he said that they were all wiped out, and they are now all Northgard Keep people.
Weird.
Dingus would like to know why orcs hate humans so much. Let me finish reading these quests, and then you've got a real fun question to answer.
Strength and honor.
Alright, what's this guy got for me? I'm not going to read this. I'm just going to take it because I don't care about the traveling quest.
Agreed. Why do orcs hate humans? Because they've had 3 wars.
I think the most fundamental and simplest description is the orcs came here to Azeroth through a portal. They like to fight things. The humans didn't want them here.
We haven't gotten there yet.
I know,
We won't
but
get to that.
I'm giving like a generic answer.
Yeah, well, the orcs... I mean, these orcs were tricked by their leader to coming through. Basically.
Loktar.
Also, their world is destroyed, so it's not like they can go back.
May your blades
Yeah.
never dull.
Okay, I got a
What do you want?
female goblin, guys. Are you ready for this? Hey there, handsome. I've had my eye on those big beefy biceps ever since you stepped into town. Listen, I've got something for you to do. Here, Garthok's got you headed over to Tiragard. While you're there, can you find some abandoned Kol Tiras knickknacks?
Be careful out there.
Got it.
That's actually spot on what female goblins sound like.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty good at goblin and gnome.
That was hot.
Yeah, that was. I just had to be your best Harlequin.
Okay, Michael, go ahead. We're going to run over to Tiragard Keep, which apparently was Kol Tiras and now nothing.
Pretty sure all girl goblins sound like Snooky.
Yeah, I was thinking of Jersey Shore when I was doing it.
They do, because, yeah, they are.
I'm putting on armor now, Dingus, because I don't want to die.
Good call. So he kills Zanger
May have
Marsh.
sold all my
He kills Nanu, who his remains become Tanan Jungle. And that just leaves Botan. But Botan draws in all the energy from the other two that just died and becomes even bigger.
Okay.
And he's able to kind of like grow into Grond, and like exploit cracks and grow into all those vines and stuff. And eventually he just kills Grond, and Grond falls, becomes a mountain chain in Nagrand. But from his body rise the Colossals. For like the next step down. They're like, you know those like rock things you always break and they turn into smaller rock things?
Yep.
Geo?
That's how all these Grond things roll. No, in the game.
Oh, right.
There actually are some Colossals, I think, in Outland.
There are. Yeah.
Peninsula.
Ooh, a chest.
So these Colossals come out of the ruins of it, and Aegramar is still there watching this, right? And he's like, oh, that's not great. These things are cool too. They're just smaller. There's more of them though. So he gives them these little like round like disc things with Titan powers in them. And he just puts them onto them so that they have like extra Titan powers. I can fight the now massive Botan, who's the hugest of the Sportmats
Far away.
and the only one left.
Okay.
And so he does that and sets him to continue their fight, but right when he's kind of like this, all this is happening, he senses that a Constellar has just died. Now these are the things that rule over the Titan worlds and kind of make sure everything's like taken care of and everything's cool. They don't die. So he's like, this is a really, really big problem and a really weird thing. So he has to go figure out what the hell that is, right? So he's like, well, I'll leave the Colossals, I'll come back later, and I'll check what's going on. Well, he never
Okay.
comes back.
Yep.
Because the reason that Constellar died was that it was attacked by the Burning Legion. And he goes to confront Sargeras, who now he realizes is on his Burning Crusade thing. Then he goes and warns the Pantheon, and they all fight Sargeras, and Sargeras kills them. Titans are dead. So, meanwhile, back on Draenor, the Colossals are fighting, the Evergrowth and Botan. And it just goes on forever. Like I said, everything took like thousands of years.
Or does Botan ever
Eventually-
fall and break apart?
Well, eventually, the Colossals all, like, just mob him. Like, all of them mob him. And they activate all their, like, Titan discs and put all their energy into it and just blow up, sacrificing themselves to kill Botan.
Okay.
So he dies. And when he dies... Oh, by the way, the Colossals, like, some of them died. They're not one thing, so there's a bunch of dead ones around, right? Some of them died during the war. From them rise the Magneron, who are smaller versions of the Colossals.
Okay.
Basically, with every iteration, they get smaller and smarter.
When they get smaller, do they duplicate like double up? Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, you get more than one. Like, yeah, a bunch come out, right?
What happens if you feed them after midnight?
Then they turn into trolls. I don't know.
Heading
They
back.
turn into Magneron. So the Magneron are the little Colossals. And when Botan explodes, he creates all this like spore explosion crap that just falls on everything. And when it falls on them, it kind of seeps into them and starts a little bit of corrupting them. Now, did we talk about the Curse of Flesh last time? I think it was last time.
Yeah, it's the curse
Which
of
were
flesh
the
being
Titan
the thing.
construct.
Yeah, the
Okay.
Titans make somebody, and they get cursed into flesh.
Yeah, they get the Curse of Flesh, they just get kind of squishier.
Yep.
Right?
They
this is
turn
kind of
they
something
turn from stone to flesh.
It's like a theme in World of Warcraft of life kind of making things less perfect.
Okay.
Like real life.
So, yeah, they get this spores, and they kind of devolve over time. Some of them do, not all. Some of them devolve into the Ogron.
The Ogron are the weird-looking ogres, aren't they?
Yeah, they're like, so like partway between like the rocky things and the ogres. They're like
Yep.
weird little like horns and stuff. Yeah,
Ready for me to read quests?
and they're bigger. Yeah, go ahead.
Strength.
Word of your
honor.
bravery travels fast. Okay, let me start off again. Word of your bravery travels fast, rogue. Tales of your victory at Tiergard Keep will be heralded at Nogramar. Ooh, I can choose a reward, guys. I can pick up a new weapon. Ooh, that's exciting. Now that those humans are out of our hair for a bit, we can move on to more pressing matters. The cataclysm utterly decimated Duratar's eastern coast. You saw the wreckage that made it to Tiergard. The devastation was even worse on the coast to the east of here. After the first wave, the beach was overtaken by angry elementals that came from the sea. I sent Grunt to take care of it, but the onslaught was too much. I'm guessing you'll have a little more luck than they did. Beware of the tides.
Go with honor.
And now I can go talk to this female goblin.
Yay.
Also, hi, hello.
Hello.
Oh, hey.
Hello.
I snuck in a little bit ago.
You're lucky. You're about to hear the best part. Everyone seems super stoked on the goblin voice.
Time is money, friend.
Okay, I don't even know if I can do this. I can't purr sound. Somebody purr sound. She Gale purrs disarmingly at you. Yeah, I like that. You brought me my treasure! What a sweetheart! Hey, handsome, welcome back. You wouldn't mind running another errand, would you? I'd be ever so grateful. I hear you're headed off to the shore east of here. The beach is filled with crashed ships, and those ships have gnomish tools in them. Tools that I can use. See you soon, beefcake.
Have a good one.
She's sweet on you.
Oh, yeah.
I love goblins so much.
Well, I mean,
I really
She knows
hope
she's
they
gotta
play it
talk
hard for
me
the
up.
next Expansion. Really want to be a goblin.
If we do horde, I want to make a blood elf monk.
Yeah.
we could do Horde.
I want to make a moose monk.
Oh shit! I don't know if you could make a moose monk. I might be. Totally...
Yeah.
What are the Horde BFA races? I bet you there's going to be more than they've announced.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
eventually.
I think there will be eventually, but I would think that the four that they have. What is
6.
No. The four Legion ones
Oh yeah.
are probably going to be released prior, like as pre-order, and then there's the Dark Iron Dwarves and the Zandalar Trolls, which will probably be released after or at release of BOA.
Yeah. Yeah. So the horde ones are the Tauren, but with moose horns. The High Mountain Tauren.
Yep.
The Nightborn, so the Suramar people, and the Zandalar trolls.
Which have an awesome mount.
That dinosaur?
Yeah.
Dude, I like the Void Elves mount.
Yeah, that's pretty good. What else are cool?
I play Void Elves, but are they Horde or Alliance?
What else are...
There's nothing that I've seen for Dark Irons. Not a single thing. I don't think the Dark Irons are done yet.
No. That's why I would suspect that they are going to be released after BOA is or when BOA is released, because there isn't even any of the meta achievement stuff. There's none of the unlocking achievement stuff for that. So
I think it's
it probably
actually
just comes with
after.
it.
I think it's actually after BFA. I think that you have to get a max level character because I think that the Dark Iron Zandalar stories are during BFA.
Oh really?
Yeah. Or that's at least how I read it somewhere.
Oh, well, that makes sense. But either way, the ones that can be released via those other four.
There we go. I put a sword in my main
Where'd you
hand,
guys all
and
go?
I'm over here on the coast doing the quests.
Elementals.
rescuing grunts and stuff. I don't know how I helped this orc lady. Don't think I did.
It's too far away.
So, Michael, I would like to know about Tiergard Keep. I wanted to know about Tiergard Keep for years.
I can look it up.
I mean, it's kind of funny that it gets destroyed by the Cataclysm, and that's the only way they could end that story.
It's too far away.
Because there is, like, legit wizards and shit there, or there was.
The only alliance outpost in Durator, Tiergard Keep is manned by soldiers of Admiral Dalen Proudmoore. Since Dalen's death, they have continued their crusade against the Horde. While Jaina Proudmoore does not approve their actions, the majority of the alliance accepts the dangerous philosophy of these troops. They're almost as fanatical and determined as the Scarlet Crusade.
Okay. I guess
That doesn't
it,
sound good.
Despite
didn't
the
go
peace
well.
agreement founded by War Chief Thrall and Lady Proudmoore, both races retain underlying suspicion of the other, some holding fast to old hatreds. One particular human, Jaina's father, Dalen, led his naval fleet from Kultira to the shores of Durator. There, Admiral Proudmoore hastily constructed Tiergard in a glaring violation of the treaty. This one event is said to have started the domino effect that led to breaking down the relationship between the Alliance and the Horde that persists to this day. So, thanks, dude.
I mean, it was really important. They did invade and fuck everything up. We haven't talked about the wars, but that is true.
Oh, in Cataclysm, the shore was wiped out along with much of Tiergard Keep and many of the Marines and sailors. They were replaced by soldiers from Northwatch Hold.
So Northwatch Hold is still a Dalen Proudmoore thing. It must be if they're helping them.
No, Northwatch Hold is a Jaina thing, but now Angry Jaina.
That makes sense. That does make sense.
Well,
All right.
Well, because, yeah, the Horde, or the Alliance went to war with the Horde in Cataclysm and actually invaded this area.
I don't know if you guys looked at this goblin lady, but she has a sweet bone through her nose. Like, legit jewelry.
She's a babe.
Has my knight in shining armor returned? You really know how to treat a girl. Know that? If you ever need anything. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Oh,
Whoa.
sweetie. I just remembered. My very good friend Thonk works in the guard tower on that cliff, just to the northwest of Razor Hill. He said something about a river overflowing, lots of work to be done and so on. I wasn't really paying attention. I was staring into those deep brown eyes of his. What? We can't see other people?
be good.
All.
Breaking my heart, lady. Breaking my heart.
Goblin woman for you. All heartbreakers.
Thrall, halt!
The scent of the sea hangs about you, Ziggity Zug. Your efforts may have purchased another day for Razor Hill. I will pass word of your deeds up the chain of command. You have our gratitude. I've already spoken with several orcs that have returned from the beach. All of them have told me that you were the one who saved them. You've done a noble task today, Ziggity Zug. Loktar Ogar, for the Horde. I screwed it up. The one time they have to say that, I screwed it up.
Loktar.
Loktar Ogar. I don't know what it means, but that is what we have Michael for. Haven't you been learning Orcese all week?
Yeah, I have time for that.
I think you have plenty of time.
Better than PHP.
I'm guessing it means like for the Horde or something.
I think it does mean for the Horde.
She
That would make
is
sense.
totally Goblin Snooky, but they're like all Goblin Snooky.
Yeah.
Loktar is Orcish for victory.
And then Ogar. Victory for the Horde, victory for Orcs.
Loktar Ogar doesn't just mean the same thing, rather means victory or death.
Oh, okay.
Paula.
So when they say Loktar Ogar for the Horde, they mean victory or death for the Horde. That makes sense.
Magraw.
Gale sent you Did she say anything about me? Thonk, you and I are gonna have some problems, okay?
Yeah, seriously.
The recent cataclysmic events have done more than wash a few boats onto our shore. The South Fury River has overflowed, and Duratar's entire western basin is now flooded. There are still people out there. I've been searching for a while, but haven't been able to find anything. Would you mind using my telescope and taking a look for yourself? Yeah, okay. I can do that, I guess. You're over here stealing my woman and asking me to do the work for you.
Melissa says the goblins, or the goblins not nice to her.
Because they're female?
Yeah, accuses her of like trying to steal her men or something.
Yep.
That's awesome. That's amazing. Goblins are the best.
Goblins are pretty good.
Ugh,
They're a little bit trashy.
they're
Found something.
a little bit trashy.
They're just the right amount of trashy.
Ugh.
Which is way too trashy.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes, Dingus. So we're starting out as like the story from way back. Are you watching the chat, Michael?
Oh, I was, but now I'm not.
Dingus has a question
Yes.
for you.
This is way early. This is what we're talking about right now is how the orcs came to be. Which I think we were just on the Ogron, right?
Yep, the Ogron.
Yeah.
That lady's just standing there with a broom. Not sure why, but I'm just creeping on her at this point.
Just hanging out.
Like, she doesn't appear to be in a situation where there's a problem. She's just standing outside of her hut with a broom.
Just making sure there won't be any problems.
She does look angry. Okay. This troll right here is just standing in a field. What is his plight? And how long... Okay, there we go. I was going to say I'm staring at him for a while. It's a little creepy, actually.
What do you need?
I see. So the trick is that you need to put the little end of the spyglass up to your eye. I'll remember that piece of information. And you think you're gonna get Gina? Come on. My post is here on the tower, Ziggity Zug. I cannot leave it. I need someone to go out there and help the people who are trapped in the river's overflow. Can I count on you? Yeah, if you just leave my lady alone. Yeah.
Strength.
Back the fuck up.
Are you leveling an orc, Shelby?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nate, I'm gonna put you on follow. I need to use the facilities. You want to take us the other direction to 1?
I don't have a 1. What did I do?
No, it's this
Remember,
way.
it's different orders.
Oh, to
Yes, it
watershed patrol. I'm gonna follow you, Mikey.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready to serve.
I will return in a moment.
Excuse me.
Did you get me stuck? All right. This should be a fun one.
Strength and honor.
Today marks the anniversary of my son Kron's passing. As long as I refuse to admit it, I recognize now Kron is not returning from his crocolisk hunt. I've been working on a project something that will memorialize Kron's passion for the hunt. It's a crocolisk tooth necklace. Rows and rows of teeth suitable to be worn by only the bravest young orc. I will place it on his grave. Kron was brave, but he was not strong like you. Will you bring me the teeth for my necklace?
May your blades.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Kron wasn't very strong because he died to a crocolisk. But what does this have to do with you being trapped by the river? Seems to be nothing. Why is it so quiet? Did everyone else know?
You were just talking the entire time.
I don't know. I mean, that's what I do is I talk.
Yeah. You just like, talk the entire time and say, why is someone else talking?
I don't know. People like to talk. Wow, that guy had... What? That dude
I
had
would like to
34
talk.
teeth? You would like to talk. Okay, go ahead and talk.
Because I want to get past this dumb Ogron part. So the Ogron, those spores I talked about,
Yep.
kept evolving them. So the Ogron, the Megron turned into the Ogron, who turned into the Ogres, who turned into the Orcs. Now, these wasn't like evolution, they actually coexisted. Some of the Ogres turned into Orcs, right? There's Ogron, Ogres, and Orcs all at the same time.
Okay.
Actually, there's still some Gron around too. Gron is one of the ones with the steps in there. The Orcs kind of go underground, and the Ogron rule over everyone until the Ogres overthrow them in like a rebellion. They kind of get the Orcs' help, and then the Orcs are allowed to kind of live out with the Ogres. So after thousands of years in politics, over you have Ogres and you have Orcs, and they're all descended from Gron, the original thing that was made by Angmar.
Okay. So they are indirectly created by the Titans.
Yes. Yes, they are also Titan creations, but a different kind. And then they're not. So humans are Titan creations that have been affected by the curse of flesh the old gods put on them and became humans, right?
Yep.
Orcs are Titan creations that are a result of battling Evergrowth and also of the spores and mutating them with the spirit energy. So it's actually similar. It's very similar, but it's they're different specifics.
Why are there no crocolisks?
Bunch
Oh.
of weird.
250 teeth, huh?
Yep.
Brutal.
It's actually not that bad because they're
There's a
dropping
bunch
like
of-
30 each.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. If you come to where I am, there's like 5 corpses over here.
Somebody's riding a mount somewhere and I can't see them. You're right, but I mean that orc just wanted me to go away so he could get with the girl, right?
Well, yeah.
He's probably already onto some other guy by now.
Definitely.
You got to keep your options open. It gets boring with one guy, or so
Goblins?
I've heard.
Goblins are very like opportunity oriented.
Right. Yeah. Good way to look at it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward where the goblins came from because they're not by the Titans. Or they are by the Titans.
I need you.
I don't know these things, Michael. I'm not a lore master.
I don't have a target.
I did it, guys. I got 250 teeth.
Hooray.
Why are these plants so much bigger than me? So, the amount of damage that I am doing currently is embarrassing.
Play more than me.
No.
Because it's taken me almost 30 seconds to kill this Blood Talon.
I feel like you're doing
Skiff
it wrong.
Do you know how to do a rogue?
You have like shit weapons or something?
I have to have shit weapons. I think I still have the... I have the level 1 dagger.
How you doing?
You have
man?
like... What are your abilities you have?
I have Sinister Strike and Eviscerate.
Well, that alone.
I think it's because my dagger is my main hand, and there wasn't... So the quest reward was for a sword or a mace, and I picked the sword, and I can't use that in my main hand with either of my abilities, so...
What?
Yeah.
You can't?
Hey,
No,
I have a
because
dagger for you.
rogues start out in assassination and they can't use swords. And everything.
Oh, right. Okay, that's...
So basically, I got set up by the quests.
Take that dagger from Nate and you'll be a lot happier.
Yeah, I have a dagger for you that's level 7, exactly your level.
Where are you at? Are you near me?
Oh yeah, Earthbound Totem.
Were we doing the blue quest?
I'm doing Unbidden Visitors, but...
The blue quest.
Oh, never mind, that's a phantom quest.
Did I just do it? I did not read that quest. I totally just like stared at it and skipped it. I do that like once a week. I miss one whole quest. Without having read the quest, I can tell you the actual quest goal here is to attack these plane striders until they almost die, and then they run away, and that's how I complete the quest.
Don't kill him. Just hurt him.
Yeah, and it
Well,
won't.
we
I
already know
can't.
that he can't kill anything.
I really can't.
Is anyone interested in more orcs?
Yes.
Totally.
Yeah.
So, the ogres rule Draenor at this point. They're bigger than the orcs. They have arcane powers. They're all about the arcane. They're kind of like the elves, I guess. They're super powerful. But they let the orcs, like, live around because orcs help them defeat the ogron, and it's all cool. But the orcs start playing with shamanism, elemental energies. And they actually get super powerful. So one time an ogre sees an orc divert an entire flood before it destroys his village. And at this point, the ogres get really interested in shamanism, but instead of like the orcs trying to live with the elements and work with them, they want to just conquer it and take the power, right? Which is very ogre style. By the way, the ogres on Draenor don't talk like the ogres on Azeroth do.
I'd like to
They
know
hit their
why.
head on the way end or something.
What you want?
I'm gonna read this quest real quick. I love all the little animals, Mon. I love the big ones too. I just hate to see you hurt them like that, but it's for the best. Many creatures died when the water came rushing into our valley. The raptors, however, thrived. They're clever predators, and they have been living off the misfortune of other creatures. One of the raptors is particularly cruel. He's killing the little animals and letting them rot in the water without even eating them. He goes by the name of Scream Slash, and if we're not careful, he could seriously disrupt the balance of nature. Travel north, slay him, and give his body back to nature.
Okie dokie.
Wait, exactly like you just told me not to do? Okay, Michael, go ahead.
It's too far away.
Michael?
Alright,
I don't have a target.
yeah, so this guy named Imperator Moloch, he's an ogre. Leader of the ogres sends the ogres in, and they capture the Throne of Elements where the orcs are doing their shamanic stuff. They start to do experiments, and they're just tearing apart the arcane energy, and it's all just like a cluster. And before this, orcs all been kind of living in their separate little clans and all that stuff, but this was bad enough that the orcs all banded together to drive the ogres out, right, from their sacred land. They did that, and that was the first time that the orcs kind of united. That was the rise of the orcs in Draenor. After that, they beat back the ogres, and eventually they became kind of the main power on the planet, using their shamanistic magics and all that kind of stuff. Which is
The
where...
Ogren- Did the Ogren also have magical powers?
Yeah, but I think not like wizard type power. Like they were like more innate because they were still Titan creations.
Yeah.
The orcs. See, there's the orcs. The orcs actually harness the elementals' power. It's the shamanism thing, right? They like converse with the elements and have the elements do stuff for them. The ogres use arcane, so it's kind of like mages.
I need a target.
So that left the orcs in their clans. There was the Frost Wolves. There was the War Song. The Blackrock. All the orcish clans you've heard of. Dragon Maw.
Dragon Maw clan. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, the Frost Wolves were in Frostfire.
Yep. I know the Frost Wolves.
There was the Shadow Song, who were in
I have a question.
They're called the Shadow Moon. Yeah.
Why were the Frost Wolves red?
They were all red.
I don't have a
Orcs,
So, yeah,
orcs are
but
brown.
well,
Yeah.
why didn't they change?
The Frost
We'll get
Wolves.
to that.
I won't ruin it. He has a whole thing. I'll let him do it.
Who you be?
Let me read this quest. Something happened. The scream lash when the cataclysm hit. Then Taji thinks he wasn't always so violent and irrational. Thank you for your help, Ziggity Zug. Taji gonna get back to his studying now.
Later.
Later. Get on to the next one. Okie dokie. Go ahead, Michael. I think I break him every time I say, hold on.
Okay, so the Draenei, when we do the Draenei, I'll get into it more, but they were fleeing the Burning Legion, and they crash on Draenor, okay?
Yep. I knew that.
So they kind of live peacefully with them for like, they're kind of wary of the orcs, and the orcs are wary of them, but they don't really interact that much, so it's not a big deal. Until Ogrim Doomhammer and Duratar. Duratar is a Frost Wolf. Ogrim Doomhammer is a Blackrock orc. But they become friends. It's actually kind of weird for orcs to be friends across clan lines. That doesn't happen very often. But these two did strike up a friendship. And so one time they were out hunting, and they found an ogre. So they tried to take the ogre. The ogre is just beating the hell out of them now, because they're huge and they're badass. And they were rescued by Draenei, who kind of showed up, like filled it full of arrows, and took them back to Teledor, I think it was. Took them back to their city. And kind of showed the orcs, you know, what it was like. Velen was there too, and Velen saw the orcs. He's like, well, these orcs don't seem like they're actually bad. They seem cool. They just live at peace with nature, like, so they have no beef with them. So that kind of made Duratan and Ogrim like really not hate the Draenei. They say and they seem pretty chill.
That was adorable, Mikey. Okay. Can I read this quest?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Quillbor are a stain on the land that not even the river can wash away. They told me to evacuate, but I told them that my job was not yet done. Rag! I hate Quillbor so much! You help me kill them? Okay, I'm gonna slaughter some Quillbor while you continue telling us about the Draenei. They would not approve.
I'm getting out of here. I'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Good night, dude. Are you gonna be here tomorrow for Division?
Yeah, I should be. Yeah, I should be.
Cool. Have a good night, dude.
All right. Later, man.
So the Draenei have been running from Kil'jaeden, who again we'll cover it when we do the Draenei, but Kil'jaeden is I guess like second in command to Sargeras basically. Of the Burning Legion.
That is who the current expansion is based on, by the way. Giant scary fiery demons.
Yeah. So Kil'jaeden, one of his lieutenants tracks the Draenei to Draenor. It's funny that it's called Draenor.
Yep.
The Draenei weren't there. But anyway, I think Draenei actually means like exile or something like that. But they track them there, and so what Kil'jaeden does is what he always does is show up and just try to kill Vela and like it never works. So he's gonna try a different tactic this time, right? He's like, well, these orcs are living here. They look pretty, powerful. Why don't I see what I can do with them? So there's a very respected, powerful shaman in the orc tribes named Ner'zhul. And Ner'zhul has a dead mate. So he gets a dream. He has a dream, and his mate comes to him and talks to him how evil the Draenei are, how they're plotting to kill the orcs, and how they need to be destroyed before they, bring about the destruction of the orcish people. Which this guy, so I should say, this guy talks to his dead wife all the time in his dreams. It's a shaman thing, apparently. So he didn't think it was weird, but it was actually Kil'jaeden in disguise. And after a while, he, eventually she introduces him to Kil'jaeden. That's a whole, deceptive thing, oh, hey, meet this guy. He'll help you out.
Quest time.
Something you
Please
doing?
hold a moment. Ragaran appears to have calmed down a bit since you last encountered. Good, good. One step closer to eliminating these beady-eyed, basket-wearing, hog-nosed, two-toed. Reagan's anger clearly rising again. Hunchback squealing, prickly no good, gnome loving, grah, Quillbor. I will not rest until they're defeated. Slay them all! Ragaran catches his breath. Their stinking lairs are to the north or to the southwest. All yours, Michael.
Or the Horde. Right, so Ner'zhul convinces the rest of the orcs that they have to band together and they have to kill the Draenei, and then this Kil'jaeden guy, I don't know if he calls him Kil'jaeden or not, but this guy will grant them power. It'll be great and fantastic. So he does that, actually, and the clans do attack the Draenor. They go out and they start slaughtering these Draenei, right? Well, the elements don't like this. The entire orcish power is based on their shamanistic abilities, the elements, right? The elements don't like what they're doing. They stop answering the call of the orcs. So that's a serious problem, and Ner'zhul goes to what's it called? Oshigun? It's that big sketchy mountain place in Nagrand, if you remember from
Yeah.
It's where the ancestors all live. So he goes there to find out what's going on. And when he gets there, he meets his actual dead wife and all the other ancestors who tell him like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you're being misled. And so he learns the truth that way. So he's like, man, I gotta stop this, right? Well, something I forgot to say. He has an apprentice named Gul'dan.
That's an important thing.
Yeah. Got quest. But Gul'dan he was cast out of his own tribe for being too weak, basically. He just was never strong enough to fight.
He was squishy.
So bad at actually questing while I'm talking. So he becomes Ner'zhul's apprentice. Now it turns out the whole time that Gul'dan was actually working for Sargeras and killed Jaden and whatever. Gul'dan goes way back in Orcish lore, and I've kind of retconned it since then. But I think that what happened was he was sort of kicked out, and then he went to the tried to like gain power or something. He's like I would do anything for power to anyone, and Kil'jaeden came and gave him the power he needed to slaughter his people and stuff like that. So he goes and becomes Ner'zhul's apprentice, right? Well, Gul'dan followed Ner'zhul to Oshagun, and he witnessed the entire conversation where Ner'zhul was told about the betrayal. So he goes back and he tells Kil'jaeden that Ner'zhul's onto you, he's going to do something against you. So basically, Kil'jaeden kicks Ner'zhul's power, or takes his power away, and has the orcs like basically treat him like a slave for the rest of his. Well, not for the rest of his existence, for a little while.
Yep.
And Gul'dan basically takes over the Horde. He forms something called the Shadow Council, which are a bunch of Orcish warlocks who serve the Burning Legion. And they really pull the strings behind the Horde. And he puts a guy named Blackhand, who's a big, powerful, tough orc, as war chief of the Horde. But he's really kind of a puppet. Basically, Gul'dan's running the show, with the power given him by Kil'jaeden. He has the Fel power.
Okay. This is the original version of the story. Before.
Yeah.
What?
And it's pretty much the same as the other version of the story, too.
All right, quest time. Again, Ragaran appears calmer. You've done well, stranger. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. Thank you for killing the Quillbore, but maybe you should leave before I fly into another one of my rages. This guy is really angry.
Try meditation or something, man. Like, come on. It's not
Seriously.
healthy.
Just take a moment and breathe. Okay, Michael, go ahead.
Okay, so it's actually like under Gul'dan, the Horde organizes itself. They all build like big citadel. Hellfire Citadel gets built. They do a lot of more shamanistic stuff. The Shadow Council's kind of ruling everything and making sure that it goes well for them. And they have the power of the Fel, but to really amp it up for the final attack on Shatrath, which is where the Draenei are, they are offered the blood of Manaroth. The Manaroth is a pit lord. Maybe you can find a picture, Sean, to show everyone.
Nate, where'd you go?
Huh?
I was
I'm
gonna
just
follow
heading
you.
forward. I was swimming.
Oh, you're heading to Razor Hill. I gotta run up to Watershed Patrol, so I'm running that way. I'll find a picture of Manaroth.
I'm almost to Watershed, so I can get you.
Yeah, there's some pretty good pictures online.
Yeah, Manaroth is brutal.
Yeah, they're called pit lords. They have 4 legs, and they're really cool.
Now he is a raid boss at one point, right?
Yeah, I think
Different pit lord. McTheridon was a pit lord.
Yeah, make that on. Yeah, maybe.
I don't know if there's been a few pit lords actually, because there's
Manaroth,
he's a pit lord. I think,
the
right?
Destructor.
Somewhat.
This is Manaroth the Destructor you are now seeing if you're watching the stream. He's not a nice guy. His mohawk appears to be made of green fell fire.
Oh yeah.
He looks like a teddy bear. He's fine.
He just has
Manroth
big,
is
strong
decidedly not
arms.
fine.
I feel like perhaps my goblin lady would be into him too because of his ripply muscles.
Probs.
Glory.
Alright, let's
he's-
turn this in. Kron will be remembered. Thank you, Orc. I will get to work on the necklace right away. Before Kron died, I had made this for him to wear. I have no use for it now, but perhaps you might.
Farewell.
I can run back. Okay, I'm running back to Razor Hill. Go ahead, Michael.
Madaroth, I think, is the one who saw his Shara and was like, I don't know if I want to fight her.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to mess with Shara.
Yeah, that just goes to show how burly she was, because lords don't usually think that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, he offers his blood, and the orcs drink the blood of Manaroth, and they get super, like, fel-infused and powerful, and they turn green. I know some people were interested in that.
This is how he turns green. Everybody. Orcs are green
Yeah.
because they drank the blood of that giant demon monster I just put on the stream.
Yeah.
Neat.
Which gave them all kinds of bloodlust and super power. And they were super good. There was only one clan, I think it was one, who did not drink the blood of Manaroth, and that was the Frost Wolves.
I believe you're right. It's one.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned it. It's super cool story.
Ooh.
Yep. Frost Wolves are not green.
No, they're
Now, I
not.
don't know. There's some discrepancy whether they're green because they drank the blood or they're green just because of the fell corruption. Anyway, they would have turned green. I think they started turning green, and then the blood really made them turn green, something like that.
There are some
It's all
much
kind of the same
greener
thing.
dudes. So,
Yeah, they're more fell infused apparently. So that's that. They wipe out the Draenei. Pretty much. Some of them escape, obviously, the ones that came here.
the Draenei are not
But-
having a good time at this point.
At any point ever, no.
How long were the Draenei on Durotar? Not Durotar. I keep saying that. Draenor.
Draenor.
Yeah. Read this quest while you're looking it up. I used that trick you taught me with the spyglass. I watched you running around down there. Quite impressive. How'd you make that old woman fly, by the way?
Be safe.
What? 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 This guy is dumb as hell. Ah, what epic music we have. How's leveling your hunter going?
I just went to 7. So, chugging
Oh, you're-
along.
You're catching up.
Oh yeah. This is what I'm best at.
1 to 20 rush.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have anything to do except for go up there and kill those burning blade dudes, so I'm heading that way now. What's that slow motion run? I'm gonna run through this super, like, entertaining, completely brown area.
Yeah, at least it's flooded now.
Not this part.
Oh, yeah.
The good news is there's some fires on the side of the road to light my way in case I get cold.
I'm a ways behind you guys.
Did I screw up your flow by asking?
I just wanted to drop this. I think you have to be outside the canyon, on the right of the canyon. I'm up top, and I see a cave here.
You do. This is
Ooh,
not
good
the
question.
first or the last time that I will have made this mistake.
I made the mistake of following Sean.
They say maybe I can kill him and you get quest credit.
Dingus wants to
That-
know what fell energy is, which is a good question.
That is a really good question.
Yes, it is.
Fell-
This is not it.
Fell is a force.
Bye, Nate.
Dang you, auto run.
at my cosmology chart.
Ah, the chart. I can bring that back up. I'm gonna put you on follow, Nate.
You should bring it back up.
Got you on follow, so you're gonna have to jump out. Okay, so oh, there it is. Need a big one. Need a big one.
That's what she said.
Oh yeah. Need a full image of this. One. There we go. It's in front of the, it's on the stream now, Michael.
Okay.
Bell is up here in the top right. Let's see if I can successfully point that direction without knowing what I'm doing. Nope, that's not going to work. It's in the top left corner. Top right corner? There we go. That was really hard for me because of what I was trying to look at.
So, you see the fell? Yeah, it's up in that top right corner next to disorder. Which is sort of a concept almost. Like disorder, if you see the exact opposite of it is order. And arcane is where fell is on the other side.
Down here, next by order, is arcane.
Yeah, and
the Titans and the Burning Legion.
Right. Yeah, so the fell is the opposite of order. It is disorder incarnate. Which means using fell energy causes things around it to break apart and degrade and die, basically. It's a magic of destruction. I was listening to a lore podcast with a whole discussion about the difference between disorder and chaos, which I thought was interesting. Because I think they are different in that chaos would be what happens when there's no order imposed. Disorder is order being broken down, which is what Fel does. It destroys order. It's extremely powerful magic that's super easy to access, but has a terrible price.
The dark side of it.
Kinda, yeah. It cracks you. It destroys everything around you. So you'll see, in places where people are using Fel magic, the entire environment kind of gets just looks corrupted. It looks broken, right?
Yeah, it is dark magic. You are right.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say, because there's also void magic, which is a different thing. There's shadow. It's not just dark magic. There's void magic. That would be more like dark magic. And shadow magic that opposes the light. Fel is not about dark or light, good or evil. It's about disorder versus order. WoW has a very complicated cosmology.
Why am I a demon?
Because of the magic scrolls that we were collecting.
No. See, right now I'm
some
Fel
quests there?
infused. So it turned me into a demon.
We were collecting the Burning Blade spell scrolls.
Far away.
How far back are you, Michael?
I'm killing quill boars.
Yeah, you're not that far behind. Yeah, so... I mean, I guess you could describe it as the opposite of natural magic.
No. Bring up the thing again.
Oh boy. Oh, I closed it. Let's see. Say,
I'm gonna die.
do close tab. Nope, that's not what I wanted.
Drain life.
Don't have it yet. 6
Oh,
hit
you're
points
dead.
left.
You're dead. Use a health stone.
No!
Oh, I made it.
No!
Yes.
Oh man, I just got my healing spell too. Where are you?
I brought it up, Michael.
Like half a zone away. Okay, I gotta get my book back up.
Where'd you go? I just saw you.
Me? You saw me?
I see one of them. Whoever Sham Zammy is.
So life and nature are on the top left.
I'll pull it up here.
They're not directly opposite Fel or Disorder.
That's true. Life is opposite of undead.
Yeah, and it's kind of between Order and Disorder, right? If you're like going around the circle.
But dude, orcs dance
Yeah.
so much better than the girls.
And it's next to light, but life and Fel are not opposites in this cosmology. Order is. So you have, you know, you have 6 different sort of basic forces in the whole universe: life, light, disorder, death, shadow, order. Or maybe more helpfully in pairs: disorder, order, life and death, shadow and light.
That makes sense to me.
No.
I'm gonna move it off
The
here.
fucking
I'll keep it open
rainbow
though,
again.
just in case we need it more.
No. Stop.
And
All right.
I will say it's not the opposite, but you're right. It does degrade it. It does destroy life.
I'm gonna do this thing that I meant to do earlier. This is helpful. Here is the link to this if you wish to inspect it more deeply. The map of magic and life and death and light and all of that stuff that's in World of Warcraft.
And the elements, yeah, it's actually really cool that they put that together because it sort of answers a lot of questions. Like, what is Fel? Well, Fel is actually a pretty fundamental force, much like Arcane.
The rainbow is a toy. There's a ton of toys in World of Warcraft. It's one I actually don't have, but I do have this. Now I get to be this for 10 minutes.
Oh
Thanks,
my
Mikey.
god, nice. Oh, yeah, you know what? Wait a second. Yeah!
Dude.
Yes. This is the best thing ever.
Which
I didn't
one's
even
that
think
one?
about it.
What are those?
It's the sky mirror.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So the sky mirror lets you mirror anything. If somebody is using like a toy to turn themselves temporarily into something, you can turn yourself into it for 10 minutes.
You can even, if there's a druid that's in travel form, like in the water as an orca, you can mirror that and be an orca that flies around on land.
That's amazing.
And also I can dance like this. What really matters.
I'll just be this big Nordic dude.
Pretty good too.
It's basically the same dance you were doing.
Yeah, pretty much. Theirs looks better though.
That's because they're, you know, succubi. Succubi?
Succubuses.
Mukra!
The scrolls, ziggity zog. The scrolls! This is quite interesting. These rites aren't all that different from the spells which are taught to horde warlocks. This merits further investigation. You should head north of here, ziggity zog. Speak with Gore, the enforcer, at Darnosh's R blockade. He's been placed in charge of securing shipping lanes from Orgrimmar, and Skull Rock sits right next to his precious dock. I'm certain he'll be interested in picking up where we left off. Did everybody set their hearth and stuff?
No, I did not set my heart.
Probably do that when we get to wherever we're
Also-
going next.
I'm still way behind you guys.
We're going to Ogre
Blood
Mine, I
and
think.
thunder!
I think so. I should probably just go up the canyon, right?
Yeah, we're heading to Orgrimmar.
Yeah.
Where was I? Blood of Manaroth? Was it Blood
Yes.
of Manaroth?
We drank the blood of Manaroth.
Oh, and they killed they killed most of the Drenai, they drove the rest off. So at this point,
Babu.
Sargeras goes to kill Jaden. He says, "You're done here, stop talking to Gul'dan." Which he does. Because was he care? So they're kind of the Gul'dan and the Orcs are kind of abandoned under Nor. Like they've killed the Draenei. There's not anything else to do, so they conquer the rest of the planet. There's like some ogres, whatever. They start fighting against each other a little bit, but it's not looking good. So the Shadow Council under Gul'dan's like, we gotta find basically more worlds to conquer, and they start probing the Twisting Nether, looking for somewhere else to go. At this point, someone comes to Gul'dan. Well, actually, Medivh, who's a whole nother thing we'll get into with the humans probably, he's a human sorcerer who's the guardian of Azeroth. It's his job to protect Azeroth.
He has a lot of power.
Yes, he's a shitload of power. But he also has been corrupted by Sargeras from inside the womb. So he contacts Gul'dan and he sends him images of the tomb of Sargeras, which is a kind of a ruin on Azeroth that's got super powerful stuff in it. And he sends him pictures of just the vibrant, conquerable, Azeroth scenes. So Gul'dan's like, hey, this place seems great. And he starts working with him from the other side, and they kind of devise a way to open a portal. They start building the Dark Portal, which is the big dark portal you see in the front of the game box forever, and Medivh starts helping to open it from the other side. And that is basically the start of the first war.
Now we're getting somewhere. I got a goblin dude. I'm Rezlak, one of Gazlo's boys. Boss sent me to help the orcs here in Duratar. Things been going good except for the caravans. Can't manage to keep them safe. Makes my job a little harder, you know. The last shipment, which they promised would get through, was snatched by Dustwind harpies of... Where was it? Razorwind Canyon? I gotta have those supplies. Follow the big canyon to the south. You'll find the ravine cut right into the west and east sides of the walls. Gazlo told me once, Rezlak, there's one thing you need to know in life. That's if you want something done well, do it yourself. I can't deal with losing all our caravans, so I'm just going to take matters into my own hands. Harpies plague our supply routes. If we kill the harpies, the caravans are safe. Of course, there was one other thing that Gazlo taught me, and that's you can get anything done for a price. You in Ziggity Zug? Good. I recommend starting in the canyon to the east.
Be good.
I like that the orcs and the horde have like a scruff beard that's not like an actual beard, but like a hobo beard as an option.
Yeah. So the first war is... I'm going to talk about it more next time, about the humans. The orcs invade. They're victorious. Essentially, they burned Stormwind to the ground. And the Alliance is forced to retreat. Also, the king is killed. King Lane Rin.
Yep.
Who's Varian Rin's father. Is killed by Garona, who is a half-orc assassin working for Medivh and Gul'dan. Actually, her story is really sad. She doesn't actually want to kill the king. She's like compelled to. There's some magic things. But so then Lothar takes the Alliance forces. They flee north to Lordaeron.
I'm out of range.
The orcs are victorious in the first war. And comes second war.
Target.
The orcs surge across the ocean. There's lots of fighting. Ogrim Doomhammer is leading them at this point. Again, I want to cover the first and second war at least. We do the humans.
You guys-
Probably the third war too.
Are you guys in the cave?
Yeah, we went through there.
Okay. Go ahead, Michael.
But right as they're like closing in on Lordaeron, they're gonna conquer this. Gul'dan leaves with a third of the Orcish forces to go find the tomb of Sargeras. And basically causes them to lose. And he does find it, and he's torn apart by demons for his trouble. Again, we'll cover in more detail. But, so the Orcs lose the second war. And then after that, there's this business with the Dark Portal, which they go back through, and basically, Draenor is destroyed at the end of it. So the Orcs can't really go back home. And the Alliance doesn't want to just kill them all. They're victorious. So what they do is they put all the Orcs in internment camps. Oh, I should say, at the end of the First War, Duratan, Thrall's father, and his mother are killed, and they're ambushed after talking to Ogrim. They're ambushed by Gul'dan's forces, and they're killed, and Thrall's left to die as an infant, but he's actually found by a guy whose name I can't remember now.
He's found by one of the Frostwolf guys, isn't he?
No, he's found by a human.
Too far away.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Blackmore? Yeah, Aedalis Blackmore. And this guy takes Thrall as a slave. Names him Thrall, which is a slave, and he forces him to fight. He has some crazy plan about like using the Orcs to conquer some shit or something. But he basically super mistreats Thrall. And Thrall leaves. Eventually he escapes.
No doubt murdering someone on the way out.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Oh, I died.
Oh dear.
How did you die?
I'm not very powerful right now.
I mean,
Do you have a Voidwalker?
This leveling, or this, scaling. I don't have a Voidwalker, I have an Imp.
Ooh.
yeah, not having the Voidwalker is terrible. That's probably level 10
Yeah.
thing.
Well, level 10 I'll be able to just go Affliction and probably never die, but... Until then...
See what kind of...
You don't have a Soulstone?
No, I don't have a Soul Stone. I have Summon Demon.
Well, can you at
Only-
least make a
only
lock
imp.
portal for us?
I have Shadow Bolt, I have Life Tap, and I have Corruption, and that's it.
Yeah, that's rough.
It's pretty rough. So, Thrall escapes, and he... Okay. Again, probably gonna cover this in more detail next time. He flees to Kalimdor. He's told by a bird. Shows up and tells him to go east and take his people and just get out of Lord. She does. And when he comes here, he finds Cairn. We talked about this some with the Tauren.
Yep,
He finds
this is Warcraft 3.
Yeah, it's Warcraft 3. He helps him. Oof, I almost died. Oh, by the way, but between this, he does find Grom Hellscream, who's also living somewhere. Like he escaped the humans at some point, and he's living out there. And Ogrim's also out there. He meets Ogrim. They tell him about the past and all that, like his father. I actually have to go get some water. Oh, so I'll be right back.
I understand. It gets brutal after a while. I just need one of those bags, man.
I only have one.
What, really?
Yeah, for some reason there was like none when I was walking by.
Probably because I went through first.
Yeah, they don't spawn very quick. They're above us.
I don't have a target.
I turned into a human. A bald, sexy human. There's one. I see it. There's a whole bunch right here, Nate.
Oh crap. You're right there.
Yes. When you die in this game, either someone can resurrect you or you have to run back to your body. Like except for some special circumstances. So you'll res usually near a town and then have to run as a ghost back to where you died. Unless you're a shaman, at which point you can reincarnate. Because, yeah.
Because shot.
OP.
Or a warlock with a soul stone.
It's true. Soul stones also exist.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, I didn't die.
That's how you do it. The opposite of Michael. Don't die.
I just jumped from higher than I thought it was. So it's really high.
Yeah, it's rough, like leveling as a warlock without any looms and whatnot.
Looms. I'm going to read this quest, and then I'm going to describe heirlooms.
What's up?
I'm great at what I do. Don't get me wrong, but this is ridiculous. What am I supposed to do? Build sandcastles? Hey now, isn't that just the thing? You've got our supplies back for us? That's great. I'll be able to get back to work just as soon as I can find someone to haul these sacks for me. Neat.
Whoa, what did I come back to?
I'm still looking for my sack.
Sacks.
Sex.
Just came back to sex.
I think I can breathe easy now, knowing that the harpies won't be bothering our supply caravans anymore. And not one moment too soon, either. I hear I'm being sent some fun little toys for the next shipment. You're pretty good at what you do, Ziggity Zug. You ought to track down my boss and Ratchet. I'll bet he could find some work for you. Oh, and don't worry. I wouldn't forget to pay you for the service you provided me. Oh, yeah. You wouldn't
Oh my
dare.
god. I forgot Ratchet exists. I
It
haven't been
does.
to Ratchet in, I don't know, a decade.
Keep it
Ratchet's
real.
awesome, man. You don't hang out
Yeah.
there?
There's like a bank
I
and
should.
stuff there, man.
I completely forgot about Ratchet.
I don't see how. I was just there. Like, I
either.
go there. I go there on this continent because they have a bank and stuff there.
They're so cool.
Oh,
Where was I? Thrall?
You were talking about when Thrall meets the Taran dude. Bloodhoof?
Yeah, Karen.
Karen Bloodhoof.
Yeah, he helps him and he joins the Horde. They help the trolls. There's kind of a peace thing, and then that thing about Dalen Proudmoore invading happens, and Dalen Proudmoore like sweeps the trolls off of those islands the trolls like. But Thrall helps him take him back, and the trolls join the Horde. So you get them. The whole third war happens, which doesn't really matter. We'll discuss it, I guess, tomorrow, or not tomorrow, next week.
Time for some quests. I'm gonna read these, and then I'm gonna let you go for a while because I think you have a whole bunch more to read.
I'm about done.
You're not the one who handled the burning blade to the south. I've got ears all over the places, boy, and word travels fast. Oh, you are the one, not the one. The flood to the southwest wiped out one of the few burning blade camps that still pockmarked Duratar. This one was led by a goblin named Fizzle Darkclaw. Believe me, we're better off without him. Darkclaw, however, did possess an orb that the Horde is interested in procuring. Who knows why? I'll leave that to the warlocks. All I know is that I need that orb. Thunder Down Under. Our army needs water, and luckily the elements gave us plenty of that when the cataclysm hit. The water that filled up the canyon to the southwest should do the trick. Unfortunately, the corpses of thunder lizards still sit at the bottom of the canyon, and their electrical discharges are a bit too dangerous. I've got grunts that can lift them out of the water, but we need someone agile enough to attach the other end of the rope. Are you my man, Ziggity Zug?
Go forth to victory.
Would you guys like me to read the quest name? Because sometimes they're funny.
Yeah, they are pretty clever.
All right, I'll start reading those from now on.
Sug for the Horde. How?
The Wolf and the Kodo. My associate here plans for you that don't. Okay, I'm starting over here. My associate here has some plans for you that I don't agree with. His actions are hasty, uncontrolled, and irresponsible, and you may end up paying for them with your life. Before you work with gore, first listen to the tale that I have to tell. It's a moralistic story, a fable, but I believe its lesson will prove valuable. Speak to me when you are ready.
For the Horde!
Can you tell me of your fable, Shin?
Farewell!
One day the wolf was very hungry, so he ran east to look for some food. Okay.
Makes sense. Where are you gonna run west?
Ooh, I should pick Healer's Beck.
But the quest is west.
Although I should probably just go Windwalker for leveling.
He was hungry for kodo meat.
You can change it anytime.
The wolf was lazy and didn't want to work for his meal. The wolf had grown tired of eating boar meat. The wolf ran and ran, looking for an easy meal. The more he ran, the more his stomach growled. The wolf ran and ran, looking for an easy meal. It just repeats. What else am I supposed to attack here?
It wants kodo meat. It doesn't want boar.
That's true. Why did it tell me to go over here then?
Go look for the kodo meat.
There's probably gonna be one there. You just maybe it's down.
I don't know. It said run east, but may have said run west. I just read
No,
it as
said
east.
run east. You're right close to it. Look on your map.
I'm inside the circle.
Look for the kodo meat.
There
I
should
am
be
looking.
little green dots on your mini-map where the Kodos are.
Maybe
Nope.
Not in the right spot.
Apparently not.
You're roughly in the right spot. I don't know what's going on.
It just says I'm supposed to... Oh, I see some over there. Way in the corner. He happened upon a pair of battling kodos. Clever as he was, the wolf decided to wait for one to defeat the other. When the weaker kodo died, the wolf approached and tried to eat it. The remaining kodo, angry at the wolf's impetuousness, swiftly killed the wolf before he had a chance to eat.
Rude.
That's the story.
Zug zug.
That
Give it-
one.
Sure
Give
how
all
this
to me
helps
again.
You want it all? Here it goes. The wolf had grown tired of eating boar meat. He was hungry for kodo meat. The wolf was lazy and didn't want to work for his meal. The wolf had grown tired of eating boar meat. The wolf ran and ran, looking for an easy meal. The more he ran, the more his stomach growled. The wolf decided... Oh, he happened upon a pair of battling kodos. The wolf decided to wait for one to defeat the other. When the weaker kodo died, the wolf approached and tried to eat it. The remaining kodo, angry at the wolf's impetuousness, swiftly killed the wolf before he had a chance to eat. The moral of the story, hasty, lazy actions have ruinous results. We must have taken shortcuts. We must work for our rewards. I've been trying to tell this story to the enforcer. I fear his hellscream worshipping skull is a little bit too thick.
Strength.
For the good of all. Akian Kor.